Hi everyone. Well, thank you for being here as part of the My Menopause Transformation community. You might be on my newsletter, you might be just keeping an eye on my Facebook posts, YouTube, and of course Instagram. I try and get to that as well. So thank you for being here with me. I'm Dr. Wendy Sweet from My Menopause Transformation. It's the start of another year and it's time to get really serious about looking after ourselves as we come through our menopause transition and into post-menopause. I'm not forgetting about you post-menopause ladies. Most of the ladies on my coaching community, my 12-week programs, are in their 50s. I've got a lot that are coming on board between 45 and 50. So if women aren't in surgical menopause, then this means that that's the start of their perimenopause transition. And then of course, by the time our periods have ended, we go into menopause. And when periods have ended for a year or more, we go into post-menopause. And I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always thinking about those post-menopause years, because that's the purpose of menopause, for us to transition through this particular phase of our life and then head towards our healthy aging. Now, my doctoral research was on women's health and aging. And of course, that's where I've positioned menopause. It's quite unique because I have really started to understand that many of the problems that start in menopause manifest further into our post-menopause years. And we know this from our mother's generation. We know that cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, dementia, Alzheimer's, immune health problems, fibromyalgia, we know that those conditions manifest themselves further down the track. And there's enough research now around lifestyle science to show that we should be changing what we're eating, how we're exercising, and how we're looking after ourselves, so that we're not getting down that trajectory of those poor health problems. Now, fortunately, over the past decade, there's been amazing research, fabulous researchers that I follow as much as possible, and they're really interested in some of the changes that are going on in our 50s that then end up with problems further down the track. For example, a lot of the health problems are due to changes in the inflammatory status of the body, and I talk a lot about this in my programs. I've got a focus on anti-inflammatory nutrition and specific nutrients. But what's interesting is the new research that's emerging around the gut microbiome. You've heard me talk about that before. I've got a separate gut microbiome or gut health module that you can purchase. It's on the website. And it's really interesting because as women are starting throughout January, they're starting on my weight loss program, Transform Me. I've got a visible results Transform Me program that is on sale. It's my best price for the year. The promo code is January 2023. And you apply that. If you're in my newsletter community, then you would have got those emails. So have a look for them if you're just, getting back to work and looking through your junk mail or your inbox. But anyway, I'm having a focus on gut health over the next 10 days or so in my private coaching group. And the reason is that there's a lot of new research that shows the specific problems that occur as we go into our post-menopause years, the specific health problems around cardiovascular disease, irritable bowel syndrome, a lot of other health problems around our immune health, and of course, some of the changes with polycystic ovarian syndrome, some of the changes with breast cancer. It's really fascinating because there's brand new research that shows that some of these, our gut microbiome is really changing as we come through our 50s, and some of these conditions are now specifically seen in light of the different microbes that are inside our gut and sitting in there. And of course, for example, one of the microbes that are seen to be low in women in postmenopause who have got cardiovascular problems is a microbe called Lactobacillus casei. Now, believe it or not, that is the microbe that is made from hard cheese. And it's also a microbe that comes from some of the dairy products. And many women get off dairy products, as I did initially, and I do encourage that if women have a fatty liver. However, there are some things that we can add back into our diet. So these are the sorts of things that I'm going to be talking about in my coaching group over the next week. I've already made little videos for the women who are in there, and I've got thousands of women from around the world. And it's really fascinating because our problems, no matter where we live, our problems and symptoms are the same. And we often think that we're the only people that are experiencing a lot of these symptoms. So that's what I really am going to focus on. I've got if you come on board the program, I'm going to do a couple of articles in my newsletter based on this new research, so watch out for those. I'll put something in Facebook and on Instagram over the next week as well. But the research is fascinating, and it's why I'm always saying that menopause isn't just about hot flushes, anxiety, or brain fog. We have to concentrate on these other areas of our body that are leading to changes in our symptoms. So if you are feeling really, really tired, if you've got sore joints, and certainly if you're not sleeping and you're putting on weight, one of the things that you need to be thinking about in terms of all of those symptoms is not just HRT, but also how are you changing your diet? What are you doing to reverse those symptoms? And what are you doing to look after your gut health? I feel really passionate about that. The gut, the liver, our blood vessels, and our heart and our muscles. Those are the key areas that we need to be thinking about as we come through these menopause years. So keep an eye on my information. If you're visiting the website, then thank you. My Menopause Transformation is the website. And jump onto the blog page. Have a look at the programs. The masterclass on menopause is there. That's my 2-hour video webinar that you can listen to get some understanding. I'm positioning myself in some of certainly the lifestyle science that we need to be focused on as we come through this important age and stage of life. And don't worry, you will get through it. And what we want to do though is we want to look after ourselves as well as we can, so that we are approaching our post-menopause years in the best health that we can. Never before have women been living for so long in their post-menopause years. So this is my focus. Doesn't matter if you're in perimenopause, menopause, or you're already in post-menopause. Have a look at the website, have a look at my 12-week programs, and it would be my absolute privilege to support you at some stage throughout the year.